Right, so we're back out here at Fort Flagler today, and it's pretty cloudy. They got a chance of rain in the forecast. You can see the fog back there. Going to be similar to the little hike we took last week out here when it was so foggy and misty. Won't be a lot of viewing to do today, but still beautiful day for a hike. It's about 58, 59 degrees here this morning. And you can see we've got our Flagler deers are already out here. We saw about 2 dozen of them on the way up here this morning, out in the fields there in the entrance to Fort Flagler.
You want one? Here you go. The apples are a little more ripe this week.
Yeah. Barge, yeah, might be a barge. So here's the artillery battery John Grattan to start off our day hike at Fort Flagler. The auxiliary power plant. And you can see where the fog is rolling in here on the edge of the coastline up here, where we're going to be walking for a while.
You are beautiful. Yes, you are. You're so pretty. Did you see that one?
And his lover then.
I don't think he's gonna attack us.
Yeah, so normally we're already starting to see some views of the Puget Sound out there, but it doesn't look like we're going to get too much today. All right, we just made our slight descent off the Battery Hill along the coast. See another coastal battery site right here. And normally this is a good viewing spot to look over towards Port Townsend, so you just have to trust me when I tell you that there actually is a town across the water over there, along with the Port Wilson Lighthouse out there. You gotta get, hold on, let me get up here.
Oh, they're
Mom
not
is
quite
just
ripe.
Finding some nice
Yeah, they're
blackberries
not
here.
quite ripe yet.
Yeah, the autumn leaves getting ready to fall. So departing the James Caldwell Battery, we have a little uphill, and by a little I mean a very little, maybe a 50 or 60 foot elevation gain over the next quarter of a mile. Starting to get a little sprinkle right now, not much. Alright, we're getting ready to head down off the coastal bluffs down to the beach. We've got a nice little RV campground here for people that want to stay on the beach. Okay, here we go. Coming out into the beach RV campground.
Yeah, those are cute. See you flying.
No,
Nothing, honey.
no. Nice little playground area over there, but there's not too many takers this morning with it being so cloudy and damp. All right, we're coming up on the camp store. You can see the line waiting outside to get their first cup of coffee and a cinnamon roll this morning. And now we're going to leave the camp store area, climb back up this little hill here, back into the forest, and go to the forest campground for RVs up here. Starting to clear up a little bit here at the lower elevations. You're starting to see some coastline out here in this little bay near the forest campground. Beautiful. There's your campground hosts site right there.
That's a very comfy campsite right there.
There's the camp amphitheater for free events. And now we're going to head into the forest. Car campers.
Wow, that's a big group over there.
Yeah, it is. Scout. It's like our hosts have got a New Mexico license plate. Okay, we're exiting the Forest RV Park here at Fort Flagler. Gonna make a little right here and just basically hike back all the way to where we parked the car on the road here. All right, over on the right there, you can see the dump station for the RV park. Got another artillery battery back here. This is the Henry Bankhead battery. And if you get bored walking along the road, there's a couple of spots. I'm showing you one right here. You can deviate into the trees on the left and get on a little single track trail that goes through the trees back to the main parking lot up here. Trail is a nice little shaded one on a hot day. Kind of winds around in there. I'd highly recommend you bring your Gaia or some other hiking app where you can look at the trail structure here to make sure you don't get lost back there, because there's a lot of windy, twisty turns back there. You could be going there and not come out for a couple of days. And if you're into scouting, we're getting ready to come up on the Boy Scout camp here. You can see some vehicles and some tents back there. We have a nice little covered alcove. Great place to bring your scout troop. Coming up in this bend of the road here, see back to the left, they got a pretty nice little group. It looks like a group campground to me. Where if you have a large group, you can bring them in and camp out here. I've also got a covered pavilion back there. All right, here's the entrance and exit, Ranger hut. When they happen to be open and are checking people in and out to go camping or hiking or
to see them
boating.
open.
Yeah, exactly.
Neither one.
All right, here we are back in the area of the main camp up here this morning. Yeah. Well, that fog has lifted up quite a bit there. Birdie. All right, I can see our truck. We're just about done. About 4.5 mile hike. Beautiful day. Glad you could come along with us.